Y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm in to do Empire Season 1, Episode 7. So let's jump right into it. And we open up with Lucius and Vernon, and they're talking about this investors showcase that they're going to, have to, I guess as a part of the IPO plan, get people to want to invest in the company and whatnot. Well, they're getting that together. And as we're then it switches over to a conversation that's going on between Lucious, Vernon, and Cookie. And Cookie talking about Olivia, the girl that, Raven Simone character that came and dropped off the little girl on him and shit. And it becomes apparent that Lucius made that girl, made Jamal marry that girl. She's supposedly being a background singer for Empire, but I don't know what happened, and if anybody know, y'all please let me know down in the comments. But child, some reason or another, he wound up marrying this girl, and he don't really believe it's the baby, that he's the baby daddy, because he said he only had sex with her one time, but we all know one time is all it takes. Okay, so Cookie going in on his ass about it, and you can tell that while he's having this conversation, he's not really feeling too good, because you can see him sweating profusely, and it's like he's almost going out of, in and out of consciousness. Well, I guess it got too much for him, because he yelled at Cookie, and the next thing we know, he yells at her to shut up, and he hits the floor. So, next thing we see is the ambulance is taking him out. Well, the paramedics taking him out to the ambulance, getting ready to take him to the hospital. And it's at that moment he has to make a decision who he wants to ride in the car, ambulance with him, because you got Cookie standing right here, Anika standing right here, and both of them are vying. Cookie told him, the paramedics, that she was the ex-wife, and Anika said that she was the future wife. And Cookie say, well, I'm the ex-wife, and this is the future ex-wife. Child, I love me some Cookie. Come on, Cookie. But, Lucius, he did the right thing. I don't think it's what his heart wanted to do, but he did let Anika get on the ambulance with him. So then we move over to Michael and Jamal. And as y'all know from previous episodes, Michael has had this feeling of dread, because the more involved Jamal becomes with his music, the less time that he really has to do things with Michael, like harness his relationship and shit like that. So he ain't really got time for this shit like he used to. So Michael feeling some kind of way. Now he knows about this girl and this baby. He really feel like he's not going to have no time. And he tells him that, I'm just going to go on and, let's end now before we wind up ending on a bad note. And Jamal don't really want to let him go, but he is. And, so he drives off, and he tells him, before he leaves, Jamal is saying, well, I only had sex with her one time. Again, y'all, one time is all it takes, but I guess he just can't fathom in his mind that he could possibly be that child's father. So, he not trying to hit it, but Michael leave, and he tell him he leaving anyway. He feel like he gonna lose him soon anyway, so he calls it quits, gets in a car, and we see him drive off. Okay, next we see Lucius on the phone with a possible investor. And the way this happened was, Lucius was supposed to have met up with the investor that evening, but of course he got sick, so he's in the hospital. And once again, Andre puts on his cape and saves his dad by providing an alibi. Their alibi is that his dad's plane had to land because of a failing possible engine. And so Lucia's on the phone with the man, trying to pep him up and apologize for his absence and stuff. But of course we know he's not going to let that man know that he's sick, because that'll put a monkey wrench in that damn IPO thing he's trying to do. Okay. So once we see them do that bullshit, we see Camilla and Hakeem, and they talking. And y'all, there's something strange about Camilla. I did witness James Colwell over on his channel saying that he thinks that Camilla is possibly a transsexual. because we're always seeing him and her, and they're never standing up or nothing like that except for at the party. And you know, she upset with Hakeem because Hakeem doesn't treat her like he treated Tiana. And he goes on to tell her that, you know, he only did that because that's a part of the image that he wanted to have. But he offers her some jewelry and she really wasn't trying to hit his shit. So he tried to smooth it over by telling her that she can come to the showcase. She's going to pretend that she's one of the investors. Okay, y'all. She going to the damn showcase as an investor, y'all. Because she in that ass about him doing right by her. So next we back at the hospital, and this doctor is telling Lucius that the meds that other doctor had administered him, the drugs from Russia, is basically poison, and that doctor is not even certified to be practicing medicine anymore. He had his license revoked by the medical board, and you know, he just around here treating people, and they really, you know, he's not authorized to do so, you know. And he tells Lucia, that lady told Lucia straight up, he poisoning your skin, your kidneys starting to fail, and it has nothing to do with the ALS. It's the poison drugs that he been administering to you. And he goes on to say, she go on to tell him that a patient that doctor treated with the same issue that Lucius had, motherfucker died. So I don't know. We ain't hear nothing else about that part, you know. So I assume that we're gonna hear some more about that, because I know damn well Lucius not just gonna let that ride like that. So child, while they doing that, while she running it to him, Cookie trying to come see Lucius at that hospital, and because she's not family, meaning his wife, his children, or his immediate family, such as a mom or sister, she can't get in. The fact that she's his former wife that gave him 3 sons don't seem to matter. And you can see her looking at him through the window. He looks miserable because he really want her there, but, you know, I guess he got so much shit going on, y'all. I don't know. So next we're at a board meeting, and they got Lucius on the speaker, and he telling, you know, they talking about the showcase, and Andre wanted to do some kind of sports shit or something like that, you know, at the beginning, and Lucius tells him, no, Empire was based on good music, and that's what we rolling with all throughout the show. And he tells them at this board meeting with him on the speaker that L. Dallas is going to be the opening act. And Anika says she's an addict, and he tells her Cookie got her together. So she agrees with it, although we know Miss Anika not really feeling that. So next we see Hakeem and Jamal, and they're trying to practice for, you know, the upcoming performance that they're going to do for the investor showcase. And I guess one of the brothers bumped into the other, and it started a little argument between the two of them. And Cookie go the fuck off on him. She tell him straight up, look, your dad, this has been your dad's dream his whole life was to be here right now. So stop being so motherfucking selfish and think about your damn self, and motherfucking think about what you need to be doing for your father right now. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be sitting up in here. And it's at that moment Lucius walks in. Now, how he get the hell out the hospital already, y'all, I don't fucking know. You would have thought he would have been in there for a little bit. But, you know, he comes and he tells them that, you know, he tells Hakeem once again that he needs to respect his mom because she's a smart woman. And then he tells her thank you because he overheard everything she says. And you know, right now, she in her fucking feelings because she feel like he didn't give a fuck about her because he chose Anika to go on the damn ambulance with him, and then she wasn't even allowed to visit him when he was in the hospital. So she played off. She was like, shit, I wasn't doing that for you. I was doing that for my damn money, and if they don't do right, that's fucking with my money. So she playing it off, you know. Cookie been feeling some kind of way since that damn engagement, and I can understand where she coming from, because motherfucker, you made me feel like, you know, there was something going on between us again. But anyway, next we go to Jamal going to see Lucius, and we see the little girl that's supposedly his daughter is sitting at the desk with Becky. That's Gabrielle Sidibe's character that she plays. And, you know, she's sitting there basically with her, trying to comfort her and keep her quiet and stuff, because the little girl says she lost her mama. And as Jamal walks in, he speaks to her, but he goes on in to see Lucius, and the little girl said, "That's my daddy." And Gabrielle say, "I know." Okay, so he goes in there and he's talking to Lucius, and you know, this was the first time since this show been coming on that I actually saw that some compassion for Jamal coming from Lucius. Usually he's on that homosexual, I ain't fucking with you type of tip, but he's comforting him. He tells him he's aware that, you know, him and Michael broke up and Michael is gone, but he also tells him, you know, until we can locate Olivia, because she dropped the child off at Empire and Chunk Deuce's child. I don't know what her story is. But he tells her that him and Anika will take the baby home because, you know, they got all them service and nannies on demand. So, you know, he'll take the child, and he tell him that you may not believe it, but you're not alone. So that led me to believe that he got some kind of compassion for his son. I think the only problem Lucius has, Lucius just want to control what they do as far as sexuality, you know, sexual preferences with Jamal. I think that was it. But, yeah, they do that there, and like I said, that's the first time I ever seen him show some compassion toward his son, and it seemed to be genuine. Okay, next we go to the showcase, and people come in, you know, stars are arriving. Baby Elle Dallas showed up. She was looking all detoxed and nice and stuff, and you got Jamal and Hakeem on top of the building. They performing as people coming in. Baby Lucius went out with the death. He went all the way out. Well, we see Lucius, he kind of, you know, peeking in and mingling among the many reporters and investors. And we see Cookie talking to Elle Dallas, and she's nervous. And she tells her to calm down, and she gives her this tea that Jamal got her on. And it's at that moment, you know, after she give her the tea and tell her to calm down, everything gonna be all right. Next thing you know, she gets up to leave the table, and she tells she tells Elle Dallas she going to check on the boys, and she'll be back. Well, here come that little child, that little debutante. That thing now, Anika, Miss Boo Boo Kitty. Now, y'all know she up to something, but she goes over there and she gets to telling Elle about how good she looks and, you know, everything, and a fan or else one of them, I'm thinking it's a fan though, asked to have a photograph with, you know, Elle. So she gets up and walk away from the table momentarily, and then she's walking away. This bitch is motherfucking putting that goddamn drug in her fucking tea, so Elle wind up drinking the motherfucking shit. Meanwhile, y'all, if y'all didn't pay attention last night, did y'all see that Antoine Fisher saw that? Antoine saw her lace that woman drink like that. Now, I don't know what he gonna do, you know, about it or nothing, because on this episode, he ain't do shit about it. But she spiked that girl's shit. And next, we go to a scene where Lucia spots Camilla, and he goes over there, and he introduces himself, and she plays her role like Hakeem told her to, she's a possible investor. So he's nice to her, but they kind of flirting with each other and shit on the cool. And we go back to Elle Dallas, and she in this bathroom, and she fucked up, y'all. She fucked the fuck up. Do you hear me? Baby, this bitch is so motherfucking gone off. Whatever that was, Miss Anika dapped up in her tea. And Cookie coming there to get her because it's almost time for her to go perform, right? So Cookie realizes that she's high. And Cookie go off because she really trusted Elle to do what she's supposed to do and stay clean for this performance. But she didn't, y'all. Her ass is fucked up, and it's not her fault. Cookie don't know it yet, but Cookie go off on her motherfucking ass and tell her she not performing. So she go to Lucius and she tell Lucius she's sorry. She she put her money on a drug addict, but Elle fucked up and she can't perform, which means Jamal and Hakeem got to go out there and do the performance, okay? Child, that bitch, that goddamn girl is something else. So Lucius goes on stage and he does a little introduction, you know, and then he brings on his two sons. And baby, when I tell you, I don't know what song that was they were saying, but that goddamn performance was the bomb to me. Now, I wasn't too crazy about the song because I couldn't get where they were going with that damn song. But the beat was good and the performance, the girls with the microwaves and shit on that, baby, that was a performance. Did you hear me? They did that damn thing. And y'all, from when this show first came on to now, ain't something different about Jamal. Child, look like Jamal getting sexy back. Jamal. But, yeah, child, we know you like pussy. At least sometime. Call a bitch. But anyway, Lord, I'm trying to be cougar number 2. Where this shit his brother got fucking complete, you know, whatever, y'all. Anyway, y'all, I have a good time with this show, because this show is just the bomb to me. But anyway, y'all, he get on that motherfucker. Them boys got on that stage and they did it. Do you hear me? They did that damn thing. And, child, I ain't lying, that Jamal, I was side-eyeing Jamal the whole motherfucking night. Jamal done started getting some sex about himself, ain't it, y'all? No, what Cook over there doing there? He getting right. But, child, I like what he was singing, though, because I ain't gonna lie, as soon as I hear anything or somebody tell me where I can get some Jamal there, I'm gonna pay for this shit. He can get a bitch going. Yeah, he can. Okay. During the performance, the cameras kept panning to Camilla. That's why I know this bitch got it's something to her. But anyway, Lucius calls on Cookie because, you know, he having another one of his symptoms. It's much like his shaking symptom, but instead of it being uncontrollable shakes, this time he's not able to speak. And and Andre want to go up there and talk, and Nika want to go up there and talk for Lucius because she say she wrote the motherfucking speech. She know it verbatim and don't need no teleprompter. But he knows in order to get the money out of these people, he got to send somebody that's going to do a mass appeal. So he asked Cookie to do it, child. You can see the looks. If looks could kill, my Cookie would have died right then. Because that girl gave her the look of death, baby. I ain't lying. Okay, he asked Cookie to do it, and she agreed. And like I said, Andre was pissed as he wanted to do it, but he can't appeal to them people, and possible investors like Cookie can. So, you know, it's her that he needs right now. Okay. While Lucia's in there having this damn fit, you see this guy comes in, and he's asking, is there a problem? And I guess he one of the investors. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all tell me, because I don't know who this boy is. He look like the goddamn sponsor that look like that damn sponsor that Vernon got that L. Dallas supposed to start seeing. But anyway, they tell him ain't nothing wrong, and Cookie go out there, and y'all, when I tell you, wow, that crowd. Oh baby, you can't fuck with Cookie lying. Cookie came correct. Cookie didn't read from no teleprompter. She didn't read no fucking speech. That bitch spoke from her heart, and she was truthful about it. And the crowd was eating it up, baby. By the end of that damn speech she gave, baby, purses was flying over. People was responding from the crowd and everything else. Cookie pulled that shit off. So the night goes off without a hitch. So we see everybody leaving, and we see a scene where Anika and Lucius is standing up by this car, and Anika's about to go to Chicago to talk to somebody, but she coming back the next day. But she's saying she don't really want to go because she know Lucius been under the weather. But he tell her this business, so go on tend to this shit. So he put her in the car, and off her ass goes. He walks up to Cookie, and she looked at him, and she's like, are you ready to tell me now what's going on? And he said yes. So then it flips to a scene where they at the Lion's Mansion now. And Lucius has Jamal, Hakeem, Rhonda, and Andre in the room, as well as Cookie. And that's when he reveals to his family that he has ALS. And that, you know, it's terminal. There's nothing they can do about it. And Andre gets up and started talking about the IPO and all that shit. And I guess it kind of worked on Hakeem nerve, because Hakeem got up and booked up in his face and told him, he just told us he's dying. And you worried about some fucking IPO. And, you know, they have a little scuffle match. And, you know, Jamal break them up and shit. And Rhonda try to calm, her man down. Vanilla Love Drop tried to calm my man down. Yes, she did. And he was like, bitch, don't touch me, basically. And he walked out. And so we see a scene then where Lucius called his two boys out there. And he talking to them real talk, y'all. I think this is one of the few times we see him actually taking on a role. And y'all, did y'all notice how that dynamic went in there when they was talking? How the lions really get down, you know what I'm saying? The real lions. We ain't talking about them fake and pop Nika now. I'm talking about the family that he created with Cookie. Do you see how the dynamics work in that family? Well, child, he called them boys out there and told them, look, what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to stay strong. Now y'all know why I've been pushing y'all so hard, but you know, I need y'all to stay strong and do what you're supposed to do. And both of them agree, and they asked what can they do. And he told them for right now, just go home, because I'm going to go back in here and talk to your mama, because y'all, Cook ain't said shit. Lucius done dropped this bomb, and this bitch is sitting there like, she's stunned. You know, I can only imagine the amount of emotions that she's going through, because this is the man she loved, for real. Regardless of what went on, this is the man she loved and the father of her children. So he go back in there and he starts talking to her. He puts one of his old CDs in, and that leads to a drink. And then it leads to a dance. And from a dance it leads to a kiss. And honey, when them motherfuckers got to kissing, Lucius must forgot he had that ALS, baby. He done lifted Cookie up and took her up to the bed, baby. And clothes is coming out. And she about to get her box banged out the frame, baby. I ain't mad at her. But, baby, they in there getting it in. You hear me? He tearing that box of new ass and Cookie all into it, boo-boo. She is all into it. But let me stop right here, because I forgot a little piece to tell y'all. When they got back to that Lion's mansion, right before Lucius told everybody, here comes Antoine Fisher with his sexy motherfucking chocolate ass. And they're discussing, you know, security systems around the house. And it's at that time that Cookie sends a little shout out about, I might need you to come over to my place because I live alone. And Lucius wasn't really liking it. And she told him, Lucius, shut the hell up. So, you know, we know some shit gonna happen with that soon. And also, while him and Cookie was upstairs getting it in like they get it in, baby, they was getting it in. I ain't lying, Terrence. I was tearing that pussy up. I ain't mad, boo. I was shit wishing that was me for a minute or two. I ain't gonna lie. Go for what you know when you in that motherfucking box. Yes, indeed. But anyway, y'all, this bitch Anika come my motherfucking ass home early. Bitch, that's what you get. Should have stayed in motherfucking Chicago overnight. And when she got there, she noticed 2 wine glasses. So that right there was a hint one. House quiet. She go on up there to her bedroom that she shared with Lucius. There's a little gap in the door, so she's able to look in there, and baby, all you see is Miss Cookie head hanging off of that goddamn bed, and Lucius tearing it up. This bitch eyes got full of water, and she did typical white girl. She walked off because she was so upset. Couldn't be me, bitch. I know, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong, and bitch, you really shouldn't be with this man, but see, she is, and he done proposed to you. Ain't no motherfucking way I would have motherfucking walked off. You know that's a white girl move, because, baby, if that would have been me, I probably would have came in there and started trying to whoop on Cookie ass, but that, you know, that's what Cookie would have did, too. So, we know Anika and Cookie ain't on the same level. But, yeah, y'all, they was in there getting it on, and old Boo-Boo Kitty walked in and called him. Shit. Inches deep in that girl. Y'all, we ain't got but a few more episodes, and in the next episodes, we're going to wind up seeing people like Mary J, Snoop Dogg. I kind of think Cookie going to be messing around with Antoine Fisher soon. Anika's supposed to confront Lucius about seeing him in the bed, and Charlie's supposed to be some new gay European type guy come up in there and start working for Lucius, but he got his eyes on Jamal. So you know this shit is getting good, baby. I can't wait. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is turning out to be a very good show, and I can, you know, when I'm wrong, I can admit I'm wrong. And y'all, I ain't really care for Empire at first because I thought it was no different from other shows that, you know, I didn't find anything spectacular about it. But as I peruse through these episodes, baby, they done got me hook, line, and sinker. Honey, I'm ready for the next episode now and the next season. All in one. I hate to see this shit in. But it's going to be interesting to see how they tie all this shit up together. And in case you happen to see it, James Colwell, I do agree with you. Something is amiss with Camilla, and looking at her, I'm thinking that they're going to probably go with that transgender fucking storyline. But we're going to see, honey. We're going to be sitting right here. And I'll be right back here next week, y'all, with another, with episode 8 of the show and reviewing it as best I can, honey. Well, y'all, that's all I had to say for now. So, you know, please like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. And I'll be back in later on tonight or in the morning with How to Get Away with Murder. You guys have a nice remainder of your Thursday, and peace.